Thanks for joining us. Ghana National Gas Company has served notice that the Atwabo gas processing plants will be shut down for routine maintenance. The plants will be shut down from 1st to 25th of February. Now, the company said this in a statement. This shutdown is to enable engineers undertake routine maintenance on the facility to help improve upon the plant's capacity as well as prolong its lifespan. All key stakeholders, including Ghana Gas, Tullow Oil, ENI, Volta River Authority, and marinas, we are told, have put in place the necessary mechanisms to reduce the shutdown duration, which could have taken a total of 55 days. The statement informing the public of this was signed by Ernest Kofi Owusu-Bempah, Communications Director of Ghana National Gas Company Limited. He joins us via phone for further explanation. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us. Right, we'll soon be speaking with Ernest Kofi Owusu-Bempah. The major concern about a shutdown of Ghana Gas Company or the Atwabo gas plant is that this is gas that powers our power generation infrastructure. It fuels our power generation infrastructure. What that means basically is that the machines that produce power at in Takrady, the Abuaze Thermal Plant Enclave, rely on fuel from Atwabo gas. They rely on gas from Atwabo gas as fuel, and that means if this gas is not available, there's no available fuel from there to those plants, and so it's possible those plants will not be working at all. Usually, contingency measures are put in place to ensure that this effect is mitigated. Maybe fuel from elsewhere can be procured so that power will be generated for our homes. We'll be speaking further to Ernest Kofi Owusu-Bempah about this, but in the meantime, let's stay in the power sector, in the utility sector, because the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC, is set to begin a nationwide stakeholders consultation on the proposed tariff review for both water and electricity. This follows a successful preliminary meeting held with the utility companies. Now, it's not yet clear the percentage reduction or increase in the cost of water, and already government, a major stakeholder in the supply of utility services, has announced an average of a 14% reduction in the prices of electricity. But the Public Relations Officer of PURC, Deborah Boni, told Joy News the government, like any other stakeholder, has submitted a proposal which is being considered by the regulator. Deborah Boni joins us on the line. Good morning, ma'am. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
So when are these consultations beginning?
We have started the consultation. Immediately as we published the advert in the dailies that we're collecting input or proposals for the 2018 major tariff review, the consultation started and it's ongoing. But we want to inform the general public that the collection for the input for the 2018 major tariff review ends today, the 31st of January 2018.
These inputs end today. What's next?
Yes, please. Yes, so there's going to be a committee that will sit and review all the proposals collected from the stakeholders and the public. So after everything, a decision will be made by the commission and we'll make it known to the public.
Now, already we have seen some major proposals from large stakeholders like government, like utility companies. Where is it heading to now? What's the general voice you're hearing?
Yes, as I said earlier, there is a committee that will review all the proposals collected or submitted. So until that is done, I am not in the position to speak to it.
Often we find that the utility companies suggest percentage increases, and that is made known to the public. Do we know this time round what the utility company suggested for? Proposed?
Yes. Today being the last day, whatever proposals that have been received by the commission will sit on it, and whatever decision that will be taken will be known. So if anything comes out of it, I'm sure the commission, PURC, will make it known to the public.
So the individual proposals made by these companies will not be publicized?
It is in our law to make it published. So maybe after the committee sits and analyze all these things, whatever needs to be published, it will be done as stated in our law.
How soon are we going to see this publication done?
As I speak with you, I cannot put a date to it, but the commission also has timelines in doing its job. So immediately as they are done with whatever decision they are supposed to do, whatever needs to come out will definitely come out.
So what we are expecting to hear from this committee will be the final figure that PURC has decided on for reviewing the tariffs?
Exactly. They will make a decision whether it's going to be upwards, downwards, or it's going to be same as we paying.
But you're unable to tell us when this committee will finish working?
No, I am not in the position to say that because it has started, it is ongoing, and I am not privy to some information, so I can't speak to it.
But you said that you're working within timelines. So what is,
yes,
for instance, the deadline that you've given the committee to finish its work by?
I will say I am not in the position to say that, but we also know that the public or stakeholders also need this tariff to budget for the rest of the year. So in as much as we are working towards whatever timeline we have given ourselves, we also know that the public is also eager or anxious to know what will come out of all our meetings.
Yeah, which is why I'm asking if you can give the public an indication as to when they should expect this committee to finish working.
And as I said, I cannot.
Hello, Miss Bonnie. Miss Bonnie.
Yes, I'm here.
Right, the line is not so clear. If you can, please.
Sorry. As I said earlier, I cannot say it's going to take a week or two, but we also know that the public or our stakeholders are eager or anxious to know what will come out of all our meetings or all our stakeholder hearings. So we just let the public know that they should just hold on till the commission is done with its job, then come up and announce whatever decision it takes.
Right. Finally, you are quoted as saying, even on this platform, that what the president announced, what the finance minister announced in the budget in the 2018 budget, what the president announced at the beginning of the year, is being taken as a proposal to the PURC, which may or may not be followed. But we've heard the energy minister Boakye Jaku say that this figure was arrived at, these specific percentages were arrived at through careful study of the tariff structure and the cost implement of these tariffs we pay. And so government knows that it is feasible for the PURC to effect changes of these percentages as announced in the tariffs.
Yeah, I also said I cannot speak to what you have now, but as a commission, we have received proposals or recommendations from the government of Ghana, who is one of our major stakeholders, and the committee will sit and analyze every proposal received. And at the end of the day, whatever comes out from the decision will be made known.
Would it not be strange, looking at the information the energy minister has put forward, to find that the PURC brings a different figure from what government suggested, or the PURC perhaps says the tariff should be increased?
I cannot speak to that, but until the work is done, I cannot give any information to it. We have started the work, and until it ends, I cannot say it's going to be A, B, or C.
Thank you very much, Deborah Bonnie. She is a public relations officer for the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission.